I'm so delighted to be here. I'm just going to get a little drink of water. I would like to dedicate my performance tonight to teachers, because in 1970, 41 years ago, a teacher walked into a rural school. I was a grade 8 student, and she stepped up to the board and she wrote her name on the board. It was Ms. Mitchell. We had never heard the word Ms. We were stunned. And then she turned around and she said, "Does anyone here write poetry?" And everyone in the class said, "Kathy Banks does." And Claudia Mitchell came down to my desk and she said, "I would love to read your work." And through many, many years, she read many very bad poems. And she never once said, "This is a bad poem." She would read it and say, "You must read Margaret Atwood. You must read Raymond Schuster. You must read Earl Burney." And because of Claudia, a wonderful teacher who now holds the James McGill Chair in Education, and I'm sure many people here work with her or know her, and I spend 6 months of the year working in South Africa with students there. I am a writer, for better, for worse. So I'm just, may I use this mic? Oh, okay. So I am not really known as a political writer, but I love to write political stuff. And when I was first asked to perform here tonight, I thought, well, the International Women's Celebration, I should do something celebration-y. But then I thought, really, maybe what I should just do is talk about what I think is the important work that women continue to do. So I have two monologues and a little short play that I'm going to read, and each one of them takes on a theme, I guess. And the first one is the media, the second one is war, and the third one is the environment. So the first character I'll introduce you to is Molly. Dateline, Deep Woods. Newsflash, this just in. The swallows are not building their nest in the apple tree as I reported yesterday. They are building their nests in the bushes on the edge of the 100-yard radius. I'll miss all the excitement if they move off one more yard, but that's my rule. You know the 100-mile diet for local eating? Well, I had a 100-mile news rule. For 1 year, I did not listen to any news outside a 100-mile radius. But I found I was still getting so much news, so I made it a 100-yard rule. And now, basically, I get all the news that is in my yard. I even have fox-worthy news because, well, a fox comes into my yard. Did I mention I moved to the country? Yes, I did. I have a neighbor far, far, far down the road. Before I had the 100-yard rule, my world was so distraught. It was like I turned on the news in the morning and suddenly all day I was embedded in some terrible catastrophe, not of my own making, not anything I could change or influence in any way. And how I felt terrible. I felt so terrible. Earthquakes, genocides, tidal waves, global warming, endless. 7,000 people a day infected with AIDS. An Afghanistan war, endless again. Ferries sinking everywhere. CNN, ABC, NBC, BBC, the CBC, oh, the worst. And if I tried to help, I found out that the drug lords or corrupt governments or investment bankers stole the aid money I gave at the bank, gave at work, gave to that good-looking, friendly student in the vest on the street. And even if the money I did get to where it should go, well, the news showed it was never enough. It just wasn't enough. It could never be enough. And the thing is, I have a theory. And I'm not a political person at all, but I have what I call the news fatigue theory. You see, our government wants me to be so burdened down by news, so fatigued by horrible close-up pictures of events that I can't control or change, no matter how much I want to, that I get completely numb to the world. I get numb, like this is the world, and I can't feel it. Numb to all the lives of all the people in the entire world, numb to the plight of everyone in the whole world, because I'm so tired and so used to not being able to do anything for anyone, or what I do being so declared useless or even damaging that I cease to give a flying fig. I'm not a political person, but I have to cut out all the news so I won't feel so helpless. So on the day my neighbor trucks up to the yard and announces to me something important like, "Say, did you hear Canada has the only clean water on the planet?" I'll be able to believe I can help and think up the solution that will fill brimming cups of water that can be carried across our borders to the cracked, dry lips of my fellow humans. I'm not a political person. I'm just trying to feel something again, like maybe hope. Oh, there goes the swallow over the yellow tape to yard 101. Goodbye. Sad. Ah, see, a feeling. So that's